The Nissan driver pulled out, causing the crash with the camera. He was apologetic and was cited. His insurance totaled both vehicles and paid out over $28,000.
Yeah. That looked like it. Call 911. Hazards. 911.
The turning driver presumed it was clear to go because the truck ahead of him proceeded, not paying attention to oncoming traffic, and caused the collision. Thankfully, everyone seemed okay. The Nissan driver failed to maintain his lane while turning, causing him to sideswipe the camera and be at fault. It's imperative one maintains their lane and looks prior to merging. The camera was nearly hit by the SUV driver who lost control due to the icy road, but missed the collision by inches. The SUV driver rolled over but didn't suffer any serious injuries according to the local PD. So the camera is an EMT and was advised to stop for safety reasons. She recorded the officer putting spike strips down and then getting out of the way, followed by an insane rear-end collision.
The little accordion gadget inside fluffing up and down. The lines on the monitor surrounding the man's bed were, as Jack Hoskins had said, mighty low. There were no flowers.
That's a red.
Allowed in ICU rooms, but a couple of mylar balloons had been tethered to the foot of the
That's going to DDS TV.
This clip is a perfect example as to why even if you do have a green light, still look before proceeding. The camera did just that and managed to prevent a potentially catastrophic crash. The Mini Cooper driver was actually driving her mother's car and was just permitted to drive it alone, and a simple mistake like this, not looking at both sides of oncoming traffic, ruined it for her. Thankfully, because the camera was alert, he managed to brake in time, preventing a collision with that oblivious driver. This is a great example of expecting the unexpected. Talk about perfect timing, huh? The vacant building literally collapsed just as the fire truck passed. The firefighters closed the street down for the safety of everyone. The Volkswagen driver blatantly proceeded through the cut-through and T-boned the camera's car, totaling it. Her insurance wasn't happy because she didn't even tell them that she got into a wreck. Despite this, the camera still got his check in the end.
Look at that car going on the red, car going on the red. Hey. Yep.
The Toyota driver runs a red light just so he can make it to In-N-Out to get that double animal style with chilies. Trust me, get it this way. It's an absolute game changer. And I'm ready for all the flack I'm gonna get in the comments for taking sides. distracted and braked at the last second. However, had he just braked, he would have slammed into the car ahead. Thankfully, the shoulder was empty. Never be distracted behind the wheel. The camera hit a manhole cover which did a whopping $1,500 in damages. His insurance is trying to get the city to pay. Thankfully, he had his dash cam to show that it really was the manhole. The BMW driver for some reason sped up and then cut off the camera and then brake checked the camera multiple times. The camera did the right thing by trying to get out of that situation. Do you think this is potentially insurance fraud? The SUV driver nearly collided with a barrier due to her being distracted. After the camera overtook her, he saw the phone in her hand while grabbing the wheel. The sedan driver was clearly distracted and was not expecting the sudden stop. He braked at the last second, with no luck, rear-ending the truck. The white sedan driver admitted he was on his phone, which resulted in the collision. The camera circled back and found out that the white sedan driver was also cited by the officers that arrived.
A few minutes later.
Nice.
Why?
Because I was speeding, the guy that was behind me got impatient. He blew around me, and the cop was right there for him. DDS, baby.
The speeding driver must have thought he was driving for NASCAR to exceed speeds like that, thinking he could get away with it. Thankfully, the karma cop stopped him before he hurt himself or anyone else. The camera was rear-ended so hard by the distracted driver behind him, causing him to be pushed into the barrier, totaling his vehicle. Staying alert is crucial behind the wheel.